Next up, at UFC Vegas 69, we have Jamall Emmers. And Jamall Emmers is going to take on Khusein Askhabov. This is another weird line movement. Look at this line. Open minus 235 favorite, now a minus 126 favorite. Jamall Emmers went from plus 200 to plus 100. You get essentially half the value on Jamall Emmers here. And I get it. I can understand how people immediately discredit him. He is 18-6 overall. He's 3-2 in his last 5. He's coming off that submission loss to Pat Sabatini, but he did absolutely drill Pat Sabatini.
Relax.
In the face before he got his ankle torn off.
Relax.
Khusein Askhabov is 23-0. He is undefeated with 18 stoppages. Jamall's a pretty good dude, right? He's a pretty well-rounded fighter. He's a very good striker. He's even able to hang in there with Giga Chikadze when they fought. And he's actually a wrestler. He has, solid wrestling. He took down Giga twice in a split decision, and he has a 100% takedown defense. So he's got hands, he's got wrestling. He was submitted by Pat Sabatini, but Pat Sabatini's got slick jiu-jitsu. Khusein Askhabov, he's an undefeated prospect. He's good everywhere. He is a Chechen wrestler at his core. He's got wild striking, slick grappling, and he likes to start fights with just super heavy kicks and then throw to the head, close the distance, work in takedowns. And his takedowns are impressive because he can shoot doubles, or go watch his tape. He'll have you against the cage and he will just scoop and pick you clean up. I mean, he's a very talented guy. He has no problem swinging, no problem wrestling. I have a 2-unit money line bet at him and minus 156. There's even. You want to bet? How did this work out for you last time when you did exactly this bullshit?
I don't want to bet. I'm just saying, that's
what I thought. That's what I thought.
That's a boy.
Okay, that's what I thought. Jakey boy, why don't you give us your opinion and why you will not bet him at all?
Well, I think that he should win the fight, but there's a lot of red flags. I'm not putting 2 units on this guy because Jamall Emmers. Let's start with him. The guy is fantastic. I mean, he is very, very well-rounded everywhere. I think he's an underrated striker. He is, when he gets that Muay Thai and he gets those knees going and the elbows, he's a very, very dynamic striker and a very, very good one at that. I mean, he's got some power behind him as well. Angelo mentioned the wrestling. I think he was like a JUCO wrestler, but it looks like, because a lot of people are like the JUCO wrestlers. They come to MMA and they can't really translate that type of wrestling into MMA. They'll get out grappled, they'll get out wrestled. I see his wrestling as pretty solid MMA wrestling. In this matchup, I don't think he's going to use his offensive wrestling. He might. But I think his defensive wrestling might be able to withstand this guy, Khu. And, it's a 3-year layoff. He was a former 135er. So he's coming up in weight, which is a little bit of a concern if you're looking at him until I started looking at his Instagram, right? So I was thinking 3-year layoff, he's coming up in weight. Jamall is a big dude that knows how to wrestle, powerful guy. He's not going to get those, as Angel mentioned. The highlight films are him picking people up, slamming them down. He's not going to do that, Jamall Emmers, from the 135 body that he had, right? He was 25 years old. It's been 3 years. He's 28 years old now. If you look at his Instagram, this dude's been, he's filled out. This dude's a thicky boy now. He is a thicky boy now. I looked at that and I was like, oh shit, he might pick Jamall Emmers up and slam him down. He looks like he has really fine-tuned his game in that 3 years. He's been at, I think his list, he's at Tiger Muay Thai, he's at ATT, so he's at like the top places, and he looks like he has been working his ass off. So I have a feeling that he's probably going to be able to out-wrestle Jamall. But Jamall doesn't really get tired either, and he can still wrestle in the third rounds of the fight. And what we say all the time about these guys that just come in, they've been dominating everyone, 3-year layoff. We don't really know how he's going to perform in the UFC after the first round, right? If Jamall's able to stuff some takedowns, we saw some big favorites and stuff. Obviously, he's not a big favorite, but Angelo thinks he should be a big favorite. We've seen those type of people kind of fade. Jamall Emmers is very, very experienced, a very, very good fighter. I'm not touching Khu on the favorite money, and I might look at something for Emmers if the odds start getting a little bit wider once again, because sometimes they crash down and then they widen back up. But Jamall Emmers is he's live in this matchup. Live. If he can keep this on the feet, he's a better striker.
Was he a better striker against Thiago Moises?
He's a better striker, I'll tell you that.
Okay. Was he a better striker against Julian Erosa?
Yeah, Thiago Moises. He beat didn't he beat he beat Corey Sandhagen.
He lost. He was put out by Thiago Moises, put out by Julian Erosa. Where's this Corey Sandhagen win?
2017. LFA
2017. What a joke.
Thiago Moises knockout was in 2016, so he came back and beat Corey Sandhagen after he got knocked out by Thiago Moises, who's a fucking fantastic fighter. He was in the 5th round. Jamall Emmers, I'm telling you, man, he's legit.
I think he's got good hands, good wrestling. I'm not trying to discredit Jamall Emmers, but the stupid laughing, fake spit out your bullshit noise.
I mean, 2 units on that dude is like, that's aggressive. That is aggressive.
So then bet the other side. And that's actually not even the worst.
I said I might. I'm not going to bet you because I think he could easily lose a fight, but I could find some value on the other side.
I bet you can.
Yeah.
Good luck. Good luck on your search for value.
Luck. I do enough research. I don't need luck.
Did you? You did research in that Kulibov fight?
He was getting his shit kicked out of him. Literally. Do you not remember that fight? He was getting the shit, and Melsick slips and falls, and then he gets choked out. He was dominating that fight. So, yeah, I did do my fucking research. He was dominating the striking, just like I said. Stupid ass. You just told on yourself.
Did the bet cash?
Oh, my God. I did the research.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Brag about it. Brag about being wrong about
a
fight.
I wasn't wrong. I was paid.
You're
I was
just
correct.
like that idiot on Twitter.
I picked the winner.
That
was a bad decision.
I told you
that's
that
very
Zuba
different.
was going to lose. It's like he didn't fucking lose, asshole.
Yeah, that's very different. I agree with that. Well, last week, in pay-per-view weeks, this always happens to our comment section. Last week, it wasn't trolling like your picks are bad. It was everybody wants to be the comment section hero. Everybody wants to have the best picks. So then they just make the most outrageous ones so that if one of them hits, I told you. No. It's like,
nobody cares if you're wrong.
Yeah, because you can just say whatever you want, and then if you're right, you talk about it. If you're wrong, it doesn't exist. So that was last week.
And nobody really cares if you're right either, to be honest with you.
Literally at all. But that was last
Emmers
week more
is plus
than
102 now, by the way. It's tightening even more in a little bit.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Emmers is good, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I mean, listen, this is what happened. This exact thing happened at UFC Vegas 68. I was on the wrong side of every single line movement, and I hit every single bet I put on the board. Marcin Tybura.
They don't have props either for this fight. I think they're scared. They're scared of Emmers.
I bet Marcin Tybura at minus 200. He got all the way down to like a minus 130, and boom. It hit. Like that was the story of my UFC Vegas 68. So hopefully that's the case here as well. Because you see the movement, you get yourself worried, and then you realize, okay, yeah, I was right. These idiots were wrong. So we'll see what happens. Listen, Jamall Emmers is good. I'm not going to deny that. He's not better than Askhabov, though. And that's really the only thing that matters here. Guys, if you want to check out that bet and more, including the premium member safety parlay, which I'm not trying to jinx it. Can't miss. Just become a premium member. It's only $10 a month. We're talking 33 cents a day. 33 cents a day, straight up. There's people out here with tiered pricing. There's people that are like, oh, for 15, I'll give you this. For 20, I'll give you this. That's absurd. $10, we're giving you literally everything, and we're working in more stuff.
I like that.
Every
that
single
safety parlay. I'm
month.
looking at it right now. I like that one.
Do you really?
I do. All legs, too. Well,
I didn't do 4 legs for UFC Vegas 68 because I didn't trust 4 fighters. I did 3.
That's not a bad 4th leg.
Thank you very much. I don't remember who I had there, but I appreciate it. Anyway, become a premium member. Can't go wrong. The amount we're giving you for $10 it's not even. You can't find anybody in this space that'll give you that for anywhere near $10. They're all too greedy. Not me. I'm the volume man. We got over 1,500 premium members. And that's how I can afford
1,500 mouse slams.
And that's how I can keep it at $10.